Hello, we are live. Hello, my beauties. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am just here. I'm running a little bit late. This was scheduled for 3. And if you're watching in the replay, welcome as well. I am so glad you're here. And say hi in the chat as you arrive. We just got to give, if you are not watching live, if you want to jump ahead like 3 or 4 minutes, go right ahead. And today what I will be talking about, let's see, the title of this was limiting beliefs to let go of. And I wanted to have a discussion and just share. So limiting beliefs that we could let go of. I had one in particular in mind, but so I wanted to share, from my heart, and I don't really have anything pre-planned out. Wanted to have a discussion with you all. I'm having a cup of chamomile tea from Wegmans. I don't know if there are Wegmans stores where you guys are. I love Wegmans. It's a really high quality, huge supermarket, like really good imports, really good quality food. And the people who work there, because it's one of the best companies it's rated, the staff is really nice, which I really like. Hey, goddesses, welcome, welcome. And any divine masculine lurking, welcome. It's Viv here. Welcome to my channel, Yoga Bliss Dance. Welcome if you're live. Welcome if you're watching the replay. So the replay folks don't like, folks to spend forever greeting, but I would love to say hi to you as you come in. We're going to be talking about limiting beliefs to let go of. And this was inspired in part by Stephanie Perry. Check out her channel if you don't know her channel already. It's Stephanie Perry here on YouTube, and she talks about ways to sabbatical, ways to travel specifically for Black women. And one of those ways is house sitting. So I had started following her a couple of years ago. So check out her channel. This was partially inspired by her. So she's been talking a lot about, the lies of our system here in the West and the capitalist system, in terms of, especially if you're not at the top of the pile in terms of capitalism. So I'm just meaning like the average person, especially the average woman, and then more specifically the average Black woman. Of course, there are those of us who have, worked really, really hard and continue to work hard and strive. And I was one of those people. Welcome if you're just joining. We're going to talk about limiting beliefs that we could let go of. So I was partially inspired by Stephanie, but this is what I've been thinking about as I prepare for the program I'll be teaching in January, which is Awaken the Divine Feminine. And so I've been thinking a lot about what are the divine feminine principles, as opposed to, and I really see a yin yang symbol here, which you're all really familiar with, but as opposed to masculine, right? And so the divine masculine is amazing and has certain properties and qualities, and the divine feminine. Now, the reason I talk about the divine feminine a lot and have been lately, going in cycles, is just that the divine feminine has been sort of suppressed for thousands of years. And so there's a need for it now. So it's just about a rebalancing. Okay. So, hey, if you're just joining, say hi in the chat. So we are going to talk about some beliefs to let go of. And really, I wanted to just talk about, if you look at the thumbnail, I think I put a woman working on there and looking kind of stressed. So I wanted to talk about our ideas around work. Okay. And the job and working. So that's what I wanted to talk about today from a spiritual perspective. So let me know how you feel. Do you feel like your life is balanced in terms of work, how much time you spend working, and versus how much time you spend, and this is really the divine feminine topic, is resting. So I want to talk about work and rest. Okay, work and rest, and our beliefs, and tease out some ideas that we've been told about work and working and earning money, and earning money. Hey, Esther, welcome. Ether Shakur. Hey, sorry, I misread your name. Yes, happy Sunday to you as well. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, say hi in the chat. Just type a hi where you're from, maybe. If you're just joining in, it takes YouTube a while also to send out notifications. But I am typically going to be live on Sundays, except if it's like a major holiday, obviously. I'm going to try to be between like 2, 3, 3:30, Yeah. Hey, yes, from New York state of mind. So, work versus rest is what I would love to talk about today. All right. And I want to get your feedback. So, again, this was inspired by Stephanie Perry to some extent, as well as like I said, thinking about the divine feminine. So, the divine feminine it holds a series of concepts or ideas. And one of them is that our value is not based on our work. So in the US, especially, right, in our system, everything is based on your productivity, on you being able to produce something and produce. I think it's actually fine. I think it's all important that we give, we share, we all have a gift. Like I absolutely believe that you have a gift and we are here to share it and help others. And in that way, we can live our lives, they receive, and we receive in turn, right? But in the sort of hyper-capitalist system, we are expected to be so productive, like beyond a human level. Okay, I'm laughing because I'm just like feeling it, and I'll talk about my story too. But I want to hear your feedback in the chat and in the comments. Okay, so the level of expectation in the U.S. specifically, in order for us to live here, you guys, you need so much capital, you need so much money that yes, wages are higher than a lot of parts of the world, but our expenses are so much higher. Hi, Calmly replied. Welcome. Yes, nice to see you. So what does that mean? It means that, and I'm going to really talk again from the female perspective, it means that we're having to push ourselves to be productive in a way that I claim and believe harms us as women. And I've mentioned this in another video, but way back, like in a live, there is a psychologist. She has a whole coaching program, and she's an MD doctor. And her claim is that when we push ourselves physically to work really, really, really hard, and in type of modern work, I'm not even saying being out like farming or even that, but just like the type of work we're forced to do in the way that we are, that it harms us because we do not have as much testosterone as men, and it causes us to produce cortisol. Okay, are you with me? Give me a yes. I'm going to have a sip of my chamomile tea. Cortisol, as you probably know, is a stress hormone. It's not something you want really high levels of. Okay, so you know me, I will join all this together. But again, this idea, and I agree with this doctor, that we as women, when we push ourselves to excel in our careers, and Stephanie Perry talks a lot about the Black excellence myth, not the myth, but that it drives us. It's almost like it binds, specifically Black women to like, we have to, work really hard, but that it's a need to like achieve to prove ourselves. There's a prove ourselves thing to it. And, I'm saying that, do we really want to continue in that? Okay. Or at least if we want to continue for our own purposes, for our own bank account, our own specific desires, we want to be aware of what's driving us. Okay. Because I'm coming, as you know, from the more spiritual, emotional side. So what I'm saying is that as women, to get to the crux of this video, we need to emphasize more rest. We need to emphasize more rest. So I want to ask you, in fact, how many times a week do you specifically, let's start with a week, goddesses. How many times a week do you have time specific, like, where you're going to rest? Let me know in the chat. And again, in the comments, welcome if you're just joining. We're talking about limiting beliefs, imprisoning beliefs to let go of. So, okay, you say, yes, we do, right? Yeah. And Goddess says, there's a delay. I apologize. I'm in StreamYard. Hold on. I always do it because I'm dyslexic. I'm in StreamYard. So it takes like a minute from when you type. You're like, this isn't seeing it. It takes a minute to come over to StreamYard. And they do show me, like, unlike some other software, they do show me what you type. So let's see. Depends on the day. Okay. It depends on the day. Yes. And I am for real. I'm interested in this because, as you guys know, I am healing from my issue with not just the fibroids, but where they grew very, very quickly. And the doctors were worried about, possible cancer. And you guys know I'm on my healing journey with and the things that I'm doing. And so this is vital to me. I also have an issue with resting. Oh, I love it. I'm retired so I can relax whenever. See, but we're not all retired yet. Okay, that sounds lovely though. I'm so happy for you. I am retired so I can relax whenever. And do you relax though? Because I mean, you're kind of like, yes, I do. You can relax whenever and you prioritize it. So what I'm saying is, yes, we need to prioritize. Yes, either I want to, just for all the women watching this, I want us to really think about, because I was raised, so I am Jamaican, immigrated to this country as a child. Now, if any of you know, unlike many stereotypes, still old stereotypes about Black folks that some people hold, Caribbean folks of African descent are typically, like, especially the Jamaicans, it's like you've got to have 3 jobs. You're lazy. I was commonly told I was lazy, even though like I said, at one time I either had 4 or 5 jobs. I can't even remember, like at one time. So there is this ethic and ethos, of course, in many cultures to work, but I feel like America puts it to almost like a psychotic, straight up, like sick level, like a sick level. Oh, you're writing a book? That is beautiful. That is beautiful, calmly replied. Nice. So again, yeah, why do we need rest? So I want to talk about that. Again, this is part of my thinking as I'm designing the program, Awaken the Divine Feminine. We need rest for, it's obviously, right? I know we all sleep. I sleep typically 7 hours. With 7 hours, I feel fantastic. I'm not someone who needs like 8 or 9 hours, but as I'm on my healing journey, I'm trying to get 8 hours. So typically my body will wake up. I'll wake up at 7 hours, but I'll just still kind of rest for another hour. Okay. But rest is crucial. Something Stephanie said struck me. I think this is what she said that struck me and really resonated with my thinking as well was, when you are tired, it's easier to control people who are tired, who are stressed, and who are fearful. Tired, stressed, and fearful. Repeat. Are you tired? Are you stressed? Are you fearful? When a whole population, I mean, we care about the whole population. I really care about you specifically. Let's think about ourselves. When we have that going on, you can't think of what your purpose is, what you can't think of what your pleasure or joy is. Okay, and then I'll put up some more comments, right? So I'm really just here to talk to you about looking at your life and seeing if you're getting enough rest, if you're prioritizing it, especially if, unlike calmly replied, you are not retired yet. Okay, because I personally don't plan on retiring. I totally understand it, especially if you had a job that you did for so long, or or you didn't like. But I love what I do, so I don't plan to retire. Like for that's one reason. I like having something that I'm really engaged in, and they're engaged in writing their book, so that is wonderful. Let me put up some of your comments. Okay, that's the goal. It calmly replied. Let me see, and talk amongst yourselves. So I missed that one, but I'll just put that up there. Yes, the adrenal glands are absolutely. So adrenal fatigue, goddesses, have you heard of that? Adrenal fatigue. So the adrenal glands are these little glands, and glands always secrete hormones. That's generally what glands do. And so, but they sit atop the kidneys. And I did study this in massage school, people, but When did I do that? But yes, they're little tiny. I think they said they're like little caps. They're tiny. You can wear them out. So I think many of us in America have worn out our adrenals. They're just like parched. They're just dry. They're just like they're asleep. Okay, that is what burnout is. And goddesses who have followed my channel for a while, I truly suffered from burnout, and I felt, as you know, again, not to make it all about me, but just why I'm talking about this and why I really care. As my friend was dying this past year, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I started my face like, so he's passed away now, but I was looking at my face. I'm like, oh my God, this year, give me a yes when you can see when a year has taken something from you, whether you're dealing with grief goddesses, someone passed. I feel like, or a divorce that could be equally bad, where you just look at your face and you can see the wear in your face. Erica says yes. Believe me. And I am not a vain person because I thought I was aging very well. I've had makeup artists tell me, your skin is good. I was aging so well. And I'm going to cancel that was out because I am aging well and I'm very, very grateful for it. But the illness and dealing with, as I've told you guys, some of the legal stuff, which is still continuing, goddesses, with his estate and all of that. And I'm tied to someone else. It's just very difficult. So I looked at my face, after he passed and the last few months, and I'm like, what the hell happened? Now I'm starting to come back. But it's like what it literally is, and this does tie into my program, the yin. Okay, think about when you see a little baby, right? Unless the baby is malnourished, what do they have? Their little face is plump, right? Their skin is beautiful. It's smooth, and their face is puffed. That's the yin. They're moist. Their little feet, I always talk about little baby feet. Their little toes, right? And when you think of somebody old, how do they look? That's what yin means, goddesses. That's what yin means. So the yin can get taken out of you by negative events. I'm trying to break it down in a way that it's clear, but I love Erica. It's like a capital yes. Yes. So when I looked at my face, it's like I was drawn. You know that word was like, oh, she looked drawn. It's as if it's not even because I hadn't lost weight, but my face just showed the stress of the year. So I'm fighting it. I am wearing a little bit of makeup, not a lot. I don't usually wear a lot of makeup, but rest is what I'm really, so I'm sharing that with you because when I'm doing something, I also want to share it to help others. So again, especially us Black women, I think we've been taught that our value is in how hard we work. I was taught that, as I said, coming from my Caribbean parents, right? Working hard was something to be proud of. And I think it is, but not where it compromises your health. I will absolutely draw the line there, not where it becomes unhealthy. And I think for us, that's where we need to stop, take some time, take some quiet time, and just really look at our lives, really. And so that's really my message today. So I want to know, what do you think about that? And if you want me to explain more the yin, what that means, especially in women, we need the yin. So when someone is well nourished, well loved, when they're happy, even if they're thin, there's a certain look they have. And so that yin is what provides that for women. Okay, it's the moisture, it's the juice, it's all of it's sort of the softness. Yeah, don't fight stress, learn to reframe. Yes, exactly. So, well, so some things, there's a lot we can do, but my main point here is we need more rest. When we're under stress, and there's a woman, I've mentioned her before, she's amazing. She's called the Nap Ministry. She is blowing up. Check her out. She's on Instagram mostly, the Nap Ministry. She literally has like a PhD in, African American history and like systems and like economics. Like she combined it, and her whole thing is very much about the capitalist system, white supremacy, and seeing all people, and some more than others, as cogs in a machine, as simply workers, as simply objects So check out the Nap Ministry, guys. Let me put it up on the screen. She's really deep. And this is what she talks about. She goes really deep in it. So she literally hosts naps. She hosts group naps. Tell me if you know, it's one of those things you're like, wait, you can make money doing that? But she hosts naps. But I'm sure she does some teaching and there's a whole thing. But yeah, she has a PhD, writes beautifully, and makes all these really deep connections in how rest is something. It's not just, oh yeah, we all need rest. It's like it's really, really so deep. I will share a quick story that I have shared before. Once in my life, I worked in a factory, goddesses. This is after getting my college degree, which ties into my point here with you is that even Black women, when we have a college degree, we still earn less than others who also have a college degree. So through stresses, multiple stresses, I ended up having to work at a factory, even with a bachelor's degree from a very good college. You know, you have to do whatever you have to do to survive, right? And I just remember it struck me, it was so clear. I am literally on an assembly line and it was a candle factory. Okay. It was a candle factory, Yankee Candle. And I did this all day. So you can't really see my whole body, but I turned to grab whatever it was, put it here, and then wrap it. And then I was just wrapping it. So I did this all day. You guys, my waist, I went like this. I was like, wow, I don't know, I'm losing weight. Duh. Yeah, because you're exercising 8 hours a day at your job. And what it made me see was how inhumane a factory system is. I mean, I just really, because I had never done it. So I remember when the machines would stop. So basically, we as humans, as biological beings, we had to keep up with a machine that was like unstoppable. I mean, it's almost like a Terminator in a weird way, like the machine kept coming. And so, goddesses, when the machine, like I remember once or twice it broke or it got clogged, you know, like something would fall and the gears would stop. And we would just all step back you would just all breathe. And we were like, because you know we couldn't keep because the machine had stopped bringing us all the products, right? But I remember having a really clear insight, like I am a human being and I'm being forced to keep up with something that is a machine. It's mechanical, so it has no physical feelings, it has no fatigue, but I do. And they're forcing all of us, this is all you know, working class folks, many of them, that was what they were going to do their whole life. So it was just to my point of we have to take back our lives. Okay. And I'm not saying don't work. And I'm also not saying work isn't good and valuable. What I am saying is, because I know I've had clients, you know, I do coaching. And so I've had clients tell me how busy they are, how stressed they are. What I'm saying is, Goddess, so this is what you can do. Try to pull back up from your life a little bit. And this is why you need the space, which was Stephanie Perry's point. If we don't have space and time to rest, you can't analyze your life. You can't improve your life, Goddess, unless you take a time to almost step outside of the life. Which, like my example with when I was working at the factory, it's only when I could stop. I literally, I'm telling you guys, it was like this vast assembly line coming. It came around, like it made a circle around us. I think, yeah, it went around us, and then it would take the products out. Right. It was only when the machine broke and I could breathe for a second that I was like, this is not right. This isn't right. I mean, this is really hard work. And like I said, I truly gained respect for people who work in a factory because I saw that it requires a certain type of just stamina. And last thing on this, everybody would stop like 2 minutes before the punch out time because that's how horrible the job was. They would stop and they'd time their walk. Give me a yes if you've ever, you probably don't know this because some of you probably never had to work in a factory. I did it literally for like maybe 4 months. They would time their walk across the factory floor so that they'd get to the clock to punch out on the hour. So nobody even worked till the actual hour because it was just so like mind numbing. We would all start walking slowly towards the clock and punch out. So what can we do to get more rest? What can we do to get more rest? And in that rest, the positives, the divine feminine positives of it are One, it's going to be better for your health. I'm just writing it down also for myself. It's going to be better for your health, right? Number one, let me go back up here. We're going to have better health. So that's something that is, if, as you know, the phrase, if you don't have your health, what do you really have? You can be a billionaire, but if you do not have your health, your life basically sucks, right? You'll have your health, you'll have clarity of mind, right? You'll have health, you'll have clarity of mind. When we take a scheduled rest, we'll be able, with that clarity of mind, to see maybe ways that we can work smarter, right? Like I'll go back to Stephanie Perry's channel again. Her thing is we can travel if we do house sitting, because house sitting, for those of you who don't know, is, you just take care of somebody's house. You're not the housekeeper. Often they just have a pet. They have a little doggy and they're traveling. They can't take the dog. So you stay in the house for like a week, 10 days, live in their house. It's not paid, but you have a place to live and you walk a dog, right? So she's saying, this is a way where you can maybe take a vacation, often these people live in really nice places. It might be in California. It could be, some beautiful vacation place or a place they live, even though they're going on vacation, right? Maybe they live in the mountains and they're going to go to New York City and they need you to take care of their home in the mountains. So I'm just saying, if we can set aside time to rest, you'll have a bigger picture of how you might be able to change your life. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, let's make it a conversation. Lilan Vernon for a couple of seasons back in the day. Yeah. What is Lilan Vernon? Is that makeup? I know I should know. Wait, no, Lilan Vernon is just like knickknacks and stuff, like little. Does she have a catalog? Donna, who is Lilan Vernon? I don't remember what they sell because I didn't buy whatever it was. I know the name, but I never bought it. But understanding that, yeah, so check out Nap Ministry, ladies. And if you have any questions or comments, really share them. My question to you was, and you could put it in the comments if you are watching the replay, you could put it in the comments that will be below, or if you're live, how many times a week do you literally have rest planned out? For me, I have not, up until I am, on my healing journey. I would barely nap. Like literally, I think up until maybe 6 months ago, I'd napped like 3 times in my life. I mean, probably more, but it was that rare because I'm like, I don't have time to nap. I don't have time to lay down. Yes. It was a catalog of monogram things. Yep. Kind of like Oriental Trader. Exactly. Yeah. I didn't buy the stuff, but I knew the company. I've heard of the company. So I am prioritizing rest. And I just want to urge you, goddesses, even if you're in great health, to really set aside time. And so what does that rest time mean? No phone. I wouldn't even, you could bring a journal, but I wouldn't even put pressure on yourself, goddess, if it's time where you just really rest. If you want to journal, but I wouldn't even pressure yourself to journal. Okay. Definitely no media. If you are doing this rest time that I'm suggesting that we need as part of the divine feminine healing, that us women who are very, very spiritual, the light workers, the healers, we need more rest. Why do we need more rest? Actually, this is coming to me. We need more rest because the sensitive ones of us are in some ways absorbing some of the negativity around us, the stress of wars. Again, the war may not be in our country. That doesn't matter. If you're sensitive, you're going to feel the energy of other beings suffering. Okay. That is truly an empath. You may not even know that, but I believe that we feel it. So I'm just saying to you, especially as we go into winter, goddesses, prioritize more rest. Okay. In that rest, you can, again, get your health back. You can have more clarity of mind. So you can look at your life and see what serves you and what doesn't serve you. You can then maybe see easier ways or better ways to live a life that is more joyful for you, right? More easeful. Stephanie's been talking a lot about ease. And I agree with that. But before, if you'd asked me even 10 years ago, I equated ease and easiness and rest with laziness. Okay. I was raised again in this system, but even coming from the Caribbean with this, yes, I guess it's an African work ethic. In certain cultures, whatever, it went to the Caribbean. It's like you work hard, and I think it mixed with capitalism and it mixed with slavery, right? Because like all my people in my family are like, you have to work hard. I was often told, since I was like raised in America, well, you don't know what hard work is. Were any of you told that? If you were, depending on your situation, but like I said, for me, it was, well, you had the softness of America, so you don't understand how hard we worked, which is probably true. Just, and that is really sad. In fact, I'll share with you a story. I think my mom was saying once, back in the day, guys, they used to clean, women, when we were cleaning, we clean on our hands and our knees it was like a coconut brush. And I can see it, but I don't know how they made it, but it was like it was made from like the shell of the coconut. I think I remember that from when I would have been really little, like 5 or 6, and they would scrub the floor with this like coconut brush thing. And so my mom would tell me, you never had to do that. And I'm like, well, yeah, you came to America to help your children. So yeah, I didn't have to do that. So there can be sometimes guilt too about not working as hard as our ancestors. Okay, so now we're getting into it. Does that resonate with any of you? Do you think that there might be a subtle guilt? Like I said, I had a brother who would. He's passed away now. We were not close, but he would shame me that, again, you never had to work as hard as we did back in Jamaica. You don't understand how hard it is. And I wasn't saying anything. I was like 13. What am I saying? I'm just sitting there watching cartoons or some stupid, after school special, right? So both my mom and my brother, because I specifically remember him saying that you just don't understand how hard we worked. It's like, okay, I believe you, I believe you. Do you think that in some communities we have guilt about not working as hard as our ancestors and feeling like we should? That is a question. Let's see. So Erica, yeah, thank you for sharing, Erica. I'm going to read what you put. So I'm just coming off an unpaid sabbatical and I was worried about money, though I had saved for the sabbatical. My therapist urged me to not pick up a part-time job, and I'm so glad I didn't. Now, when you say to not pick up a part-time job, you were going to do a part-time job during the sabbatical? Because yeah, that wouldn't be. Therapists are wonderful. Get a good therapist. Do not be afraid of therapy. Therapy, I know still in some sectors of our community, therapy is looked upon. It's changing. I think it's really changing. Therapists, a good therapist can just save your life. Yeah, your therapist urged you not to pick up a part-time job. Okay, it sounds like, yeah, you were going to do it during the sabbatical, which would not have been a sabbatical then, right? I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Erica, that you didn't. Rest is so important. I feel like my ancestors work hard so that one day I'd have the privilege of rest. Yeah, I really like that. I actually want to screenshot that. I don't know if hold on. I'm literally going to screenshot what you said, Erica, because that is such a beautiful quote. So goddesses, we need to prioritize rest. I know you may want to get a certain bag or you want to take a certain vacation. I'm not saying that's not important. What I am noticing, this is what I would suggest as a coach and as someone who's really, into these type of things. Look at the time you're spending doing other things that are not restful, goddess, and see if you can put rest, replace them. So are you spending too much time on social media? Are you just scrolling through looking at people's pictures? People you do not know, people who do not care about you. Okay, I bet you, or you might be just frozen and, like your brain is just frozen in front of Netflix. This happens to me. I'm using it as a way to kind of relax. So I would suggest then, it's not that you can't have these goals and you're working hard and maybe you have a side hustle, but replace some things that waste your time with things that nurture you, like an actual nap or literally just journaling or going for a walk, not for exercise. I had a goddess in my mindfulness that just finished. And she would like power walk, and she was trying to work the meditation into like her super like fast walking. So what I'm suggesting though is don't go for walking as exercise. What about if you just literally take to go in nature to rest? So it can be a stroll, but it's not a walk to exercise. What do you think of that in terms of, do you go for walks or out in nature? I think that's crucial, especially for those of us who live in cities, um, to find pockets of nature, because nature is very healing for women. So on that note, I want to also share here, I shared a little bit in the beginning, but my program Awakening the Divine Feminine is enrolling. It's in beta run, the very first run. And I wrote that what we'll be working on is how we're going to treat ourselves as the divine feminine, as manifestations of the divine feminine. And we're going to also connect to our version of the divine feminine. Okay. So the link, I'm going to put it in the chat right now. But again, we're going to treat ourselves as divine feminine manifestation. So what does that mean? I'll be working with you with the sacral chakra, with healing, meditations, but also specific types of movements. Not necessarily dance, but we'll be doing a lot of movements specifically to bring chi and prana to the first, second, and third chakras. Okay. And the sacral chakra is important for us women because it is the chakra that has very much to do with pleasure and with our vitality as women. Okay. And our reproductive health. And our reproductive health, I think a lot of ladies don't get it because they're like, well, sometimes why is she talking about that? Our reproductive health is a signal of our overall health. Let me repeat that. Hi, Gigi. Welcome, goddess. Yeah. Our reproductive health is almost like a bellwether. It's like an indicator of our overall health. And so any sacral chakra issues, any reproductive issues, whether those are postmenopausal, perimenopausal, or whether you're menstruating and you have any menstrual difficulty, that's all sacral chakra related. And that's what in Awakening the Divine Feminine, we'll be working with that. But we'll also literally be doing some goddess connection, some goddess worship. And I'm going to lead you on shamanic journeying. So that's also fresh and new in this program. So check it out. And let me just put the link. Okay. This program is called Awaken the Sacred Feminine. That's like the tentative name. But you just got what it'll be about. It is so inexpensive. It is a no-brainer. I set the price at a no-brainer price so that I can get a nice group of women together and test out a lot of these principles. So you will have to give me feedback, but if you're in this first run, you're going to get a lot more out of the program, I think. And the cost is also lowest. It's going to be. So it's a 5-week run. We'll be doing really wonderful self-nurturing, self-loving practices. Okay. So I'm not just going to talk to you about them like here, even on YouTube. We're going to actually do them together. So we're going to have like our temple community. Okay. And I'm going to teach you specific practices to nurture yourself like the divine feminine, and also to connect in to a goddess energy, whatever that goddess may be for you. And I'll teach you an intro to shamanic journeying. So do you guys have any questions about that and about what shamanic journeying is? So I'm putting Erica's quote back up there. Yes, our ancestors worked, and they worked really, really hard so that one day I'd have the privilege of rest. I like that, the privilege of rest. I think that is really beautiful, really, really beautiful, the privilege of rest. Yeah. So Erica, you did do a walk. Yeah. So rest for us, for women, is really vital. Again, that's the point. That's why I'm linking that to the divine feminine. Men can push their bodies further. We are designed differently. Surprise. So when we try, especially as Black women, we know for the Black women watching, right? Because not everybody in my audience is like all over the world, maybe of a different background. So you may not even know this, but specifically in the Black community, there's the strong Black woman. We're not supposed to complain. We're just supposed to work really hard, put our head down. Like, don't be kind of a princess. You just do what, you take care of business, you get things done. And so What I'm saying is that can drain our adrenals, as was pointed out earlier. Then you end up with some sort of chronic fatigue or other illness that has to do with low energy. Okay, so the rest, by building in and prioritizing your rest, goddess, you are ensuring that you will be there for those you love, that you'll also be able to enjoy your life. You'll be able to enjoy and have pleasure in your life because you'll have the energy to do it. So yeah, Donna says, I come from sharecropping people in North Carolina. My great-grandmother, as a young woman, one season hooked a plow to her own body to plow the field when her donkey died. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm thinking of I guess I have seen like old paintings of people doing that. Yeah. Like you hook, yeah. That's intense. That's intense. That is, and so when I look at that too, though, it makes me think of how strong your ancestors were, right? That is the gift that we can take from these truths and these memories is, yeah, and the positive side of that, this is how strong and how determined, she was. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, because you couldn't just go and like, I'll just order a new donkey. I'm just going to go down the road and get another one right now. I'm laughing because it's like, when you think of like a really young generation, and as we know, again, not to get into politics because I don't want to um, let that take over our minds and our energies. But yeah, there are people constantly, this is not new. It's not new to Florida, to try to rewrite history, to take out things that are shameful and just try to remove them. I mean, that's kind of how that is, right? Sort of the sand, try to cover it over because some part of the society knows that it was indeed wrong. So there's trying to hide it, so yes, Donna says, I'm done with the strong Black woman trope. Embodying feminine energy has been the trial of the year coming from these women. Has been, so this past year, Donna, you're talking about, has been a trial of the year. Tease that out a little bit more, Donna. I'm really curious. But yeah, that trope, that belief, and again, let me know if you're from another background. Like I know some ethnicities also very much have this. Like I know some parts of Asian culture have that as well. Like you need to work harder. So it truly is not just in the Black community. I think that's important because part of my awakening of the divine feminine is, and this will definitely lose me people, or it may, I really believe I want spaces where women from all different backgrounds can come together because I think we are the healers, we are the light workers, and truly, and this is really from my highest self, we will not survive as a planet unless and until we're able to work together with like-minded people, with good people from all, just making my window bigger here. Yeah, from all backgrounds. And so in my program is open to all women. You live your life as a woman. I was going to say you were born a woman, but it's probably too controversial. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm going to go turn my light up, but I want to know your thoughts on this. I've been talking about rest. And certainly in the Black community, and then often Black women are then criticized. Again, for those who may not know this, because again, viewers from all over, they're then criticized for being too masculine when the training and the this woman, you were talking about your great grandmother, she had to plow the field and she had no donkey. So what's she going to do? She's not going to just sit there and like just cry and the knight's going to rescue her. There was no knight coming to rescue her. Okay. You feel me? There was no knight. So she had to figure it out. So then currently, and I absolutely hate this. That's why I don't even talk about it. There's this culture of trying to shame Black women as, oh, you're very masculine and you're too dominant, when it had to do with survival. Okay. And also it's certain definitions, like culturally, are those definitions, if you go back 300 years, would those definitions hold, or would she have been expected to work hard and to bear babies and still grow the crops and dig up the veggies. It would have all been part of what she did. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Okay, Donna says this year has been hard. Use my intuition, make space for myself, and rest. Yes, I hear you, Donna. So you've been doing that this year. That's awesome. Donna, check out the program. I think it would be lovely to have you, if you're not already in it, the Awaken the Sacred Feminine. I think it'd be wonderful for you. I'm going to teach things that I'm sure you're not already doing. So for the goddesses watching this again, I'll be teaching specific techniques, and I won't just be talking to you about them. We're going to actually do them together in the time we have together. It's a 5-week program. And so I'm going to teach you specific self-care practices for nurturing yourself, 2 different types of self-massage. And I'm going to explain to you why they work, who they're not good for. And the first session already, I'm so excited about. It's going to be really amazing. We'll have specific guided meditations, guided relaxation. And then again, depending on your needs. So like Donna, if you are in the program, depending on what it's going to be shaped, because this is the beta run. It's going to be shaped by, history is full of strong working women. Exactly. So the shaming comes from some other wounding, I believe, that's happened in our culture, and specifically to the Black male. Where then, there's just a lot of things that I see culturally now that are still clearly a result of, of slavery. And then the, I'm losing my words today, not because I'm usually really good with the exact word I want to get. The, what's the word? It's an indoctrination that then becomes cultural. So I'm a little bit on the outside on this. I see a lot of it, and I think a lot of it has a negative impact on us, but it's now accepted as our culture, where I think it's not necessary. It has become a culture, behaviors, but it's a result still of, hundreds of years of disenfranchisement. So for our community, it's hard not to want to tap into visionary energies. Oh yeah. I mean, definitely, I think that especially for Black folks, we need to be very much connected with the earth. And I think that gets lost in now our kind of more, some of the religions that many of us follow now also have this cutoff from the earth, cut off from ancestors, cut off from plant and animal life that none of our ancestors would have recognized. And many other people living South America, parts of Africa, going way back, more back in Europe. A lot of our contemporary religions have a cutoff between man and the rest of the world, where historically that would not have been the case with humanity. Humanity lived really, really closely with the natural world, because we all had to hunt, grow, or forage for our food. So we were much more closely embedded in our religion, in our spirituality, in our songs, and our dance with the natural world. And that's partly what I'm wanting to bring back. That is partly what I'm wanting to bring back, is that connection. I'm going to put a comment up. I'm going to put a comment up. So any questions for me? And I want to go turn on my light because I'm sitting slightly. I'm not in the dark, but hold on. I want to put all my lights on. So in January, we're starting the new year. Our myths and archetypes. I mean, all I'm saying is it's interesting. The Black excellence, which is in the African American community, for my viewers from France or wherever, that's almost at odds with a kind of more simple living, natural, earthy, some would say, okay, more Afrocentric lifestyle. So it's interesting, there's a lot of different ways one can go, right? And I do have to say that I do think that in America, in contemporary America, we do have some options as to how we can live our life, especially in the African American community, Black community. You can go maybe back to a more simple, just more holistic way of living. Or you can be like the Black excellence, like I need to get that mansion and I need to get that car. Okay. So yeah, where are you on the spectrum? And yes, history is full of strong women. I'm going to turn my lights on. I'll be right back. So I am of the natural lifestyle, holistic. And I think for everyone, that's where we're going to need to go. I don't want to get into forecasting and, psychicking, but what Spirit is calling for is for us to actually, yes, we've got all the electronics, and now we're getting our AI really quickly coming up. That's not going to be necessarily what saves us. Some people would like to think that we need to look at our lives, our lifestyle, and see how we can simplify and actually go back to nature. Not necessarily that we can't have our cell phones, but we need to find a balance between the technology and the technological and a more natural way of life. Okay. And that natural way of life, very much about rest. But yeah, any questions for me? Any comments before I go? I think I've been live for an hour. And we've covered a lot. Gigi, how are you doing? Donna, thank you so much for all your comments. Yeah. And I hear you that just trying to live by your intuition. And that's also another result of rest. And I should have made a list, but that's one of the benefits of when we give ourselves rest and time is our intuition. My intuition, goddesses, has gotten so much sharper. I'm doing some spiritual practices. And if you join me in Awaken the Divine Feminine, that's also what will happen. Over the 5 weeks, you'll start to feel much more rested. You won't feel like, like I was saying, like I was like, oh my God, my face just shows the pain. We'll basically renourish ourselves. I like that. That's really the word, is renourish. N-O-U-R-I, renourish ourselves. Because that's what I feel like we're needing now, is to renourish. I think a lot of us are depleted. Okay. Yeah, to put a period to the video. It's a lot of us are depleted because of all that's happening in the world, because of the trope of the, just the backbone, the worker. Your value is on how much money you make and how productive you are. Where does that leave people who are differently abled or just are not able for a variety of reasons to work that hard? Yeah, Erica, I really like that too. That just came to me, this word of renourish. I mean, because nourish already gets it, right? But renourish, I guess why I like renourish is because I think that, and this is part of what I will touch into with the program, we're born with a certain amount of energy, goddesses. Okay, this is in holistic health systems around the world. But the ones I've studied most closely that I've seen have efficacy, like you guys know, I'm taking a prescribed for me batch of traditional Chinese herbs. And it's not just set. It's not like you just go to the store and get this. It's customized for my needs and my condition. Okay. This has been developing for thousands of years. So in that system, we are born with a certain amount of what we would call immunity. Let's just call it immunity. All right. You know how people say, well, my grandmother wasn't vegan. She ate pork every day. She smoked and she drank. Yeah. But your great grandmother, or I'll just say grandmother, and I'm not picking on anybody, it came to my head. That older generation people, they were stronger. I believe that to the depths of my bones. They were stronger than we are. They were physically stronger for a variety of reasons, and maybe that's a new video. So I put the word renourish because we're born with a certain amount, like a bank account of health, of immunity. But the way we live our lives, and I mean everyone, we draw from that bank account, okay? So as you draw from that bank account, that's what the adrenal burnout, That's when you see so many women with burnout, people keeling over with heart attack. No, it's not just a shot. We want to blame a shot. That might be part of it, right? Untested side effect linking with something the person had. But if it's not that, it's that we have used up our immunity, our yin. The yin is a big part of our immunity. It relates to your immune system. And so that's why I like the word re-nourish, because it's like we can take this, like I have my chamomile tea in here, and I can pour it and fill myself back up. The idea, so what I'm going to be teaching you in this program, okay, that I urge you to check out, enroll. It's only $59, okay? It's only $59, this program, which I'm going to teach you live. I'm going to teach you methods to re-nourish yourself, to fill your cup back up. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is for $59. I think that's like less than, what is that, like $11? I'm so challenged math-wise. It's like $11 a session. It's 5 sessions on the weekend, and we'll be live. And there will be certain things you have to buy, like small things that you'll have to buy to participate. So yeah, I want to help us re-nourish ourselves. And Gigi says, it's nice to take a nap and wake up to this, to this love. Good. I hope the whole family is well, Gigi. I'm so glad that you got to take a nap too, because as moms, you definitely need that. You definitely need that. For sure, for sure, for sure. So we'll be nourishing the yin, and that's what I'm urging you to do for yourselves. And if you want to know more and go much more in depth than I can share here on YouTube, which is out in the public, and also I can't see you and I can't know your specific details. So join the program, Awakening the Divine Feminine. And I think the price will hold until the 30th. It says it on the page. After that, the price may go up, but it is the first run. So I wanted the price to be a no-brainer. I call it a no-brainer price. Okay. Oh, okay. Whoops. I'm way up in the wrong part of the chat. And actually, I feel like before I go, I will pull a card for folks. So let me know if you want me to pull a card for you. And it's going to be advice of what you need to know right now from Spirit. From Spirit. Okay. So give me a card, please, or card in the chat, because I'm feeling good. I still got a lot of my tea, so I'm going to pause and drink that. And I'm just going to pull probably an angel card, just so what you need to know for this moment in time. All right. Because I do enjoy doing that. Now, my friend who passed, you guys, he literally went on a binge before he passed away of buying tarot cards. I want to say he had like 100 something, and I didn't take them. I didn't. That's something I may talk a little bit more about minimalism. I'm not going to become a minimalism channel, but in terms of our needing rest, goddesses, the fewer things we have, Okay, so, Gigi, definitely I will. The fewer things we have, the easier our life will be, because we don't have to clean that crap up, right? So I am really I'm getting all my angel cards I will pull for you. I'm really looking I've always been a minimalist. Honestly, there wasn't even a word back in my day. We didn't have a word for that. All right, so I'm pulling for Gigi. So yes, if you're just joining, I was talking about rest, why we need it. We went into a lot of different arenas as women. I was talking about just shaking this, the yin, and how working too much depletes our yin. Okay, I guess I didn't make that point. Working too much depletes our yin. That is everything. That is dry eyes. That is dryness, where. That is fatigue, low energy, low sex drive. That is all depletion of yin. Okay. And that comes from overwork, ladies. So I'm going to pull for Gigi. Who else? Just say card, or card, please. And I'll pull a card for you. So this is going to be, what you need to pay attention to. It'll be just a simple advice. It'll be one word. And Gigi, you got support. That's interesting. Gigi, it might be about you giving support, but it also might be for you getting support. That was a card. And look, you guys, the angels, I love it. One angel is helping the other one get over a wall. Like, give me your little angel foot. Give me your angel foot. Support. So Gigi, the Empress, you got what you need right now. There are issues around support. And so I'm not going to say much more on that, but Gigi's taken programs with me, and I could see that support. We all need support, and that actually goes with the theme of my video, right? Support. Who else? You're watching. I know you're still here. I can see the numbers. Would you like a card pulled? If so, just say card, please, or card in the chat. If you are still here, calmly replied, let me know if you want, or Donna, or Erica, or Ether. And yes, Ether, if you, are who I think you are, check out the Awaken the Divine Feminine. I think that would be an excellent program. Ether, if you are the person who works as a doula, because I think you might have changed your picture, but maybe you didn't, like a while ago. So Gigi, let me know if that resonates with you. And remember, there's a little delay. So when you type, it takes like a minute for it to like travel over to StreamYard. Yes, hey Donna, sure. Okay, so I'm going to put her support back. So Gigi, you know what that is, because Gigi and I have talked. She has definitely taken programs with me. She has been a client. So support is an issue for you. Okay, so now I'm pulling for Donna. Donna. Okay, does Donna need to know? Okay, I'm reaching in. I like to go in through the middle. Okay, what does that say? Vision. Okay. I didn't see, like I pulled it out and came right up to the screen. So Donna, what you need right now is vision. I love it. They show, like, how do you show vision? I mean, you could just draw an eye, but the angel is doing an eye test. So there are issues for you, not issues in a bad way, but you need to work on your vision. What is your vision? And I could see, even from what you shared, Donna, about how you were working this past year, what is your vision for your life going forward? I love that. I love that for you, because that makes sense. Hey, Millie, definitely I'll pull something for you. So Donna and Gigi, how does that resonate for you, your cards? But Donna, you sound like you're doing a lot of healing. And so I could see we're in a new year. Guys, do you see how perfect that is? That she gets vision as I'm doing this. For those watching maybe after, we're at the end of 2023, and Donna has been doing definitely sounds like a lot of inner work, and she gets that the next thing is maybe clarity of the vision. What is the vision for yourself, for your life, is what I'm getting. Okay, Donna. So yeah, let me know how that resonates. And Millie, I'll get right to you. I'm just going to put up Gigi's comment. Hey, Gigi. Yes, that resonates. When you said support, I heard tech support, and some technical difficulties have been causing me some anxiety. Okay, so it's technical. Okay, but yeah, support, tech support. You need tech support. All right. I was thinking, support in general, loving family and support and all of that. But yes, so currently it's more tech support. Got it. All right. Donna, I'm putting back your card, which was vision, and I want to hear your reply. Yes. Okay, perfect. Donna says, I need clarity and to nail my stuff down. And these are angel cards, and when I tune in, the idea is that there is support for you to have that. So it's not that it's a challenge, it's more, this is what your guides are wanting for you, is for you to get your vision clear. And Donna, when you get your vision clear, then you're going to, obviously, once you have a clearer vision, you can manifest. Okay. Donna, are you in Awakening the Sacred Feminine? Are you in my program? Are you in the new program? Because I think this would really help you. If vision is what you're needing, often we are confused when our energy isn't right. So if you find somebody who's depleted, maybe they had an injury or something, but they're just worn out. Do you think that they're going to have a clear vision? No, because they're tired. So for those of you watching, this resonates with the Awakening the the sacred feminine, as we're going to nourish ourselves up, decisions will become clearer. Yeah. Donna, it's $59. If, if you are low income, like you literally, there is no way for you to, it's like less than $60. And again, to be really honest with you, PayPal takes a percentage of that. I'm for like 5 live sessions of an hour. Check out the page. But Donna, I want to really invite you. And I believe I said it for Saturday. At first I was like, I want Saturday, the energy of Saturday, but actually the energy of Saturday is very much about like fixing things, getting things done. And I mean, spiritually. And so I like the day, of course, to correlate with what I'm teaching. And so it is, I believe, Saturday at 11, but check it out. The link is here on the screen. If you just go to In the Flow of Magic, you'll see it right on the homepage. All right, let me go to, so Donna, yes. You need vision. So I did Donna and Millie. Hey, Millie. Millie. What does Millie need to know? And I'm going to just turn the cards around a couple times. Okay. And now I'm reaching in. Millie. Release. And Millie, this was upside down. So I know it's one card, but I feel very confident in saying there's something you need to release because, again, I got it reversed. So it tells me that even though the message is like, let it go. You can see an angel here and her little baby angel is getting on the school bus. She's got to release. Let it go. Let it go. It's safe. So Millie, there's something that you need to release that you're having difficulty with. Because yes, even though it's one card, it's one word. It's very profound. So it's something that's holding you back. I'm feeling like it's something that obviously was a little bit traumatic that you need to let go. And when you let that go, Millie, you're going to zoom forward. You're going to zoom forward, Millie. So let me know if that resonates. So for Millie, it's the angel support is for you to release something. And you've been getting this, I'm going to say, for some time, and you've been resisting releasing. You have been resisting it. Okay, who else? If you're just joining and you'd like a card pull, let me know. Millie says, thank you. Oh, sweetie, you're welcome. You're welcome. You are welcome. Yeah. Does that resonate for you? Do you know, Millie, what it is? Do you know what it is you need to release, Goddess? Because I think you do. I do. I think you already know what it is. It's something that's very present for you, but it's just very hard for you to release. And so let me just give you some suggestions, and anyone watching this in the replay. When we need to release stuff, some simple things, you could try journaling about it, talking to a friend about it, a good friend, good friend, who isn't just going to make you feel like you're a helpless victim, but a good friend who will listen and maybe, be supportive. So Millie, try that, try journaling. And then releasing is always kind of about holding on tight. I would try to like shake up my life a little bit, even if it's just maybe, cleaning, like letting some stuff go, Millie. Is there any item that relates to this thing that you need to release? Could you throw the item out? Could you gift it? Could you thrift it? Gift it, thrift it, sell it. There might be items, Millie, that if you got rid of them, it would help you to release. I want to know what this is because I'm really curious now. Thank you guys so much for being here. Does anybody else? I'm here live. Do you want me to pull a card for you? And Millie, let me know. Let me know if you know. My question for Millie, do you know what it is you need to release? Because I think you do. I think you do. So Gigi said the card I pulled really resonated. And Donna said, yes, she knows she needs some clarity. She needs to nail her stuff down. Yeah. I want to hear from Millie. If you have any other comments, Millie, I'll pull one more. Is anybody else? Calmly. I don't know if you're still here, Calmly. You were here right at the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to put release back. That was for Millie. I'm going to shake a little bit. I feel like there's one more person. They might be a little shy, but if not, I'm going to give another half minute, see if anything comes through on StreamYard. Otherwise, I'm going to go and hope that you take some good rest tonight. Maybe one thing you can do is go to bed a half hour earlier. I have been wanting to go to bed at 8 o'clock, you guys, forever. It's like a fantasy in my mind that if I go to bed at 8 o'clock, it's like, oh, then I'm like, if you go to bed at 8, what time are you going to get up? At like 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. I'll get up at 3 in the morning. I don't want to well, 3 in the morning is a very spiritual time, but I don't want to wake up at 3 in the morning. All right, let's see. Millie. Oh, Millie, yeah, your emotions. Yeah. Well, Millie, there's probably a specific emotion that you're holding on that you need to release. Yeah. So Millie, is it sadness? I'm just going to name some of the popular ones. Popular, that's not the word I mean. The more common ones. Is it anger? Is there someone that you're angry at that hurt you, or resentment? Your emotions might, it's often it's anger, resentment. Sadness is also could be sadness. Those are like the two primary emotions that we can hold on to. So Millie, yeah, get out a journal. Get out a journal. Yeah, the only thing you think of is your emotions. Get out a journal, and see if that can help you. Just do what's called free writing, Millie, where you just start writing how you feel and you just don't stop, and it doesn't have to make sense. Hey, JP. Yes. Okay, cool. I will absolutely pull one for you. Hey. All right, Millie, I hope that helps. Okay. But it's probably your emotions. Yeah. I think it'll come to you later, because I do think it's something that's long-standing. This is from Millie. So now I'm going to pull for JP. Okay. JP is going to see it's this angelic support for you to have or do this quality into your life. Oops. Okay. A bunch of things fell out. I'm going to put them back and I'm going to keep shuffling. It's like 2 cards fell out. Okay. You might be a complex case, JP. Let's see. Okay. That is okay. There are 3 cards. Okay, 1 dropped. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2. You got, oh my gosh, vision again. Vision. Another person got vision. JP, you also, again, we're going into 2024, so I wouldn't be surprised. You also need to get a clear vision. And this is another card that came out for you, delight. And it's a bunch of angels and they're around a cake. So you need more sense of maybe your life, JP, has felt a little stale in some area, because the card of delight makes me think of almost like celebration, finding the pleasure in simple things, JP. Okay, there's something about delight that you need more of, or to think about how can you bring that quality into your life. Maybe there's been some element of sadness or disillusionment. It doesn't even have to be sadness. Delight is almost the opposite of, like, when people are just bored. I always say I had a friend in college and she was bored all the friggin' time. I got to really not like being around her, because every time you'd ask her, she was French. That might have been a French thing. She would just be, I'm so bored. Like, how are you bored? I literally was like, I don't understand how you're bored. Life is so beautiful. There's so much that boredom is like almost the last thing, and this girl was well-to-do, you guys. I'm like, seriously, you can't like find anything? So that makes me think that the opposite is delight, where life is like, life is beautiful, bello, bella. And so you need vision. JP, how does that resonate? Okay, you said thank you. Yeah, does that resonate for you? So and it makes sense, vision. That's been the theme, because for another person I pulled for got vision as well. And I love that the angel is covering one eye, for them to soul, sight, future. We all need a vision, right? We need, even if spirit has it's like a plan for us, we need a vision, and then we align that vision with maybe the divine vision. Does that make sense? Stale, JP. So see, I got stale. Yes. So because delight is like a weird card, like what, like delight, like I'm jolly, right? So yes, it's things have gotten stale. So JP, what can you do to bring some freshness? Like for me, I was thinking about Because, yeah, it's going into winter here, you guys, and it's, it's like, oh, it's kind of gray. And I thought maybe I'll join a choir, just something different to do, right? And you're singing. So what delights you, JP? Is it maybe something in nature? Maybe you take a hiking course. Maybe you take I don't know, anything, bird watching, which sounds silly, but I have a friend who's really into like the birds that are like hawks. They're not hawks, but they're like those raptors. They're like those hunting birds. Really, she's really into it. And I think it has some spiritual meaning for her. I have my senses. I know that it does. So, yeah, JP, what would delight you? Maybe you could take like kayaking class or take a new spinning class, and then you meet somebody and you meet a whole new group of friends. Or I, I know I was going to say something so geeky I won't even say it, but like I met some people who are into a particular type of game, into a particular type of gaming, and so they have a community, something like that. Yes, it does. Thank you. I'll fire up the motivation. Yeah, it's just, well, you need something that delights you. So it's not that you need motivation. You need something that brings you joy and delight, and that will spark you. So I'm curious, JP, you guys see how nosy I am. What do you like? Was there something that you enjoyed when you were between ages 6 and 15? Was there something, JP, that you liked between, like when you were young? Like for me, when I was that young, I did love doing art already. I love doing art. I could lose hours doing art. So JP, is there something that you remember from that time? Like maybe you loved looking at the sky, or you were fascinated by bugs, which sounds random, but maybe there's a hobby in there. Maybe there's you end up want to study herbs, or like bugs in your area, or like I don't know, Yeah, do more of what you love. Yes, do more of what you and do something new. My sense is it should be for that delight. It's helpful if it's something new where you see with fresh eyes, the way that a little kid sees with fresh eyes. So this was wonderful. I am so grateful and happy you were here. And I'm going to put in the chat one last time, the Awaken the Sacred Feminine program that, like I said, it's not just going to be talk. We're going to do, so that even if you're a super busy woman, in the hour of each session, we will do something where you got the self-care, you got nourished, you got re-nourished, you got plumped up, you got your yin back. And it is like, yeah, when Stella got a groove, you're going to get your groove back over the 5 weeks. So check that out, enroll, and the price will stay the same until the 30th or the 31st. It says it on the page. So yeah, I'd love to see you in that. It's brand new. I'm really excited about creating it. And I think it may end up being my signature course. We will working, like I said, primarily with the sacral chakra and the heart chakra and self-care and self-love. And we'll do some goddess, some altar work, some goddess work. Will be part of what you do, finding a goddess that resonates from your pantheon. So you do not have to, it's open to all women from around the world, whether you're South American, Asian, whether you're European, African, Antarctican. I don't think there's such a thing. New Zealandan, a New Zealander, wherever. Okay, I'm going to weave in a lot of different holistic practices and teach you how to do them, and we'll do them together. So I think that, okay, JP says, I've made room in my life to do new things. Perfect. Yeah, that delight you. Don't just do new things you don't like, though, JP. It's important. It's important that you like them. Don't just do them out of obligation. I just get that I'm supposed to tell you that. And guys, also remember, you can always come for a reading. I think on my website, let me just see. I don't have my website memorized, but yeah, you can book a reading under Work with Me, and then you go to Intuitive Reading, and you can see my scheduler. I have 1 hour readings, which is what I recommend. Do not book a half hour, because what happens is people book a half hour and then they're into it and they're like, oh, can we extend this? Can we make it an hour? And I usually on the spot like that, because the whole thing gets planned out from the beginning. And so if halfway through, then you want to do another half hour, that doesn't work as well. So I would book an hour. It's an hour reading. and you definitely get a lot of benefit out of it. So check that out if you want to know more. Yeah. Oh, yes, JP, absolutely there is. Absolutely. Of course. It's recorded, and then the practices, you can absolutely, yeah. I mean, I envision that, missing like one, but you don't want to miss more than one. But yeah, missing one is fine. I mean, if you miss two, it's okay. It's just, for me, what you're getting is the connection with me where I can answer your question. And it's not just like one of those preset courses. Like my chakra course is completed and you go through it, right? And I'm not enrolling that right now, but you're basically getting a lot of the sacral chakra section of my chakra course, and you're getting from my other course, a sexual energy alchemy, where I teach you some massage techniques and acupressure points for healing and other stuff, the goddess stuff, and shamanic journeying. So it's a really rich program in the 5 sessions. So yeah, you can absolutely miss a session. It will be recorded. It will absolutely be recorded, so you can play it back and you'll have access to that, as for like the life of the program. I'm thinking I'm going to say like 3 years, because God forbid I take it off my website after like 10 years, you know what I mean? So, but you'll have access to that for at least a full year, and you'll have access to upgrades. So in this course, Awaken the Sacred Feminine, the Divine Feminine, any updates that I make to it after this first run and getting all your feedback and stuff, right? As it gets built out, you will have access to all of that. So yeah, JP, definitely. And I invite you to check out the page, read about it. If you have any questions, you can email me. Right. Yeah. I'm in Eastern time, and I believe it's 11 Eastern. So it's 8, I think, in California. I don't know where you are if you're in the US. It actually also works for Brazil, because I think Brazil is on the same time zone as America. I don't know. I had some Brazilian students, and they were either an hour ahead or an hour behind. JP, yeah, where are you? What time zone are you in? It's 11 Eastern on Saturday is this new program, just for women. And like I said, you're going to be renourished. You're going to be loved up. You're going to feel amazing after it. So don't think of it as like, oh, I'm going to study with Viv and we're going to like get a lot of lecture and notes. It's much more experiential. It's going to be really beautifully experiential. I'm going to give you a couple things you have to buy so that you have them to do during the class, what we'll be doing. Okay. It's going to be like being in a sacred temple space. So yeah. So JP, check that out, and you can always email assistant@intheflowofmagic, and if you have any questions. So, and check out my last video last week. Wasn't affirmations. What was my last video that I recorded for you? Yes, goddesses, it was a divine guidance meditation. It was the 8th chakra, the soul star chakra. And I was channeling the energy of apophyllite, which is a very high vibration crystal. Okay, so check that out as well. In fact, you might hear, hold on, you're going to hear people that are, okay. I'm going to put the link in the chat. This is my latest video before this. Oh, you're in the UK. Okay. JP, yeah, I've had folks in the UK definitely take my courses. It's usually Americans, Canadian, obviously the mostly English speaking world. So US, Canada, definitely. I've had some folks from Britain. I've had folks from Portugal, and yeah, and I've had clients from South Africa as well. So in the UK, I believe you're 6 hours ahead. So it's at 11. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's around 4 or 5 your time on a Saturday. So, I mean, yeah, I hope you can attend. I think you would love it. In terms of delight, because again, I'm talking to JP here, but all of you listening, when we do lack delight, again, I'm not making this up. It's part of the yin depletion. It's part of burnout. When you think of somebody that's burnt out, goddess, what's missing in their life? Like, well, oh, I'm burnt out. it means they're kind of depressed, they don't have any joy, and they don't have a lot of energy. So this program is to nourish ourselves as women. That's why it's awakening the divine feminine. And I'm talking about that word renourish, building our yin. So it's about like kind of re-loving ourselves up so that our health, our emotions, and all of it. So I'm going to go because I'm starting to feel a little bit cool and I need to eat. So I'm going to go take care of myself. Got to live what I teach. So JP, absolutely. I think it's like 5 or 6 on Saturday, but click through the link. Here, you can just go to intheflowofmagic.com and you'll see it right. There's a mindfulness course and then there's the Awaken the Divine Feminine, and all the info is there and you can just do your time. But I think England is like 6 hours ahead or 5, and I'm doing it 11 in the morning. So it should be later in the day for you, which would be even better. So much love, and check out some of my newer videos that I have up for you. And those of you who are quiet, but you're here. Donna, oh, you're welcome, Donna. Yes, 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 goddess. And because you are a yoga teacher, I'm looking at you're in a squat. You're in squat there, Donna. Donna, this would be so helpful for you. Some of it you may know, but you're probably not doing. And I know there'll be new stuff for you, Donna, as well in the Awakening the Divine Feminine. So I really, yeah, and you're welcome, JP. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, I'm heading out. Hope you had a beautiful weekend and that you have a beautiful week ahead. And a new video should be out on Thursday, but I have several wonderful ones up. I have Divine Feminine affirmations that are you can just play them in the background. I have that wonderful meditation, which is a very high vibration meditation for those of you who got vision. For those of you who got vision, do that meditation, that last video that I put, the link is in the chat, because that's about receiving divine guidance. And so you need that. That's what you need to get your vision. All right. Much love. Bye-bye.